Welcome to this explainer. Listen, if you've ever stared at a totally blank spreadsheet and felt a mild wave of panic, or hey, if you just know you could be doing things a whole lot faster, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're taking you from a complete beginner to a confident Microsoft Excel hero. Whether you're a student trying to organize a massive project or a professional looking to boost your job prospects and save literally hours of your week, mastering Excel is an absolute superpower. We're going to break the whole shebang down step by step so you can follow along perfectly. So, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to quickly cover 6 key sections. Section 1, Welcome to Microsoft Excel. Section 2, Speed, Shortcuts, and Navigation. Section 3, Must-Know Excel Formulas. Section 4, Demystifying VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP. Section 5, Visualizing and Analyzing Data. And finally, Section 6, A Real-Life Marksheet Project. This zero-to-hero journey is designed to be highly efficient. We're stripping away all the fluff and giving you exactly what you need to transform how you work. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1. Welcome to Microsoft Excel, the foundational building blocks of your data journey. Okay, let's dive right into this. The Excel interface can definitely look like a giant, intimidating math grid at first glance, but I promise, it's actually incredibly logical. Up at the top, you have the ribbon, which basically houses all your tools. Your entire file, that's called a workbook, and the individual pages inside it are your worksheets. Now, the grid itself is made up of horizontal rows and vertical columns, and right where they meet, that's a cell. You control what goes into these cells using the formula bar, and you identify them using the name box. But honestly, the real magic starts with 2 features called AutoFill and FlashFill. Get this, if you type January and just drag the cell down, AutoFill automatically populates February, March, and so on. These are your very first secret weapons to completely eliminate hours of tedious manual data entry. Moving right along to Section 2, Speed, Shortcuts, and Navigation, or how to look like an absolute Excel wizard. Let me tell you, these shortcuts are your universal time travel keys. If you want to get truly fast in Excel, your very first goal should be to ditch the mouse as much as possible. Using the keyboard speeds up your workflow tremendously. We've got the classics here, right? Control-C to copy and Control-V to paste. Made a mistake? No problem. Control-Z to undo is your best friend. Need to find a specific number hiding in a massive sea of that? Control-F opens your Find menu, while Control-H lets you replace it instantly. These formatting and file management shortcuts, they're the absolute universal building blocks for moving at lightning speed. And you know, when you're dealing with thousands of rows, endless scrolling is just a massive waste of your time. Instead, try this. Use Control plus your arrow keys to instantly jump to the very edge of your data. Add the Shift key into the mix, so Control plus Shift plus an arrow key, and boom, you've just selected that entire chunk of data in half a second. Hitting Alt and the equal sign gives you an auto sum, instantly adding up an entire column of numbers. And if you need to quickly filter your data, Control-Shift-L pops those filter arrows right onto your headers. These shortcuts literally let you fly across huge data sets effortlessly. Which brings us to Section 3, Must-Know Excel Formulas. This is all about getting Excel to do the heavy lifting for you. So the crucial point to understand here is that Excel isn't just a digital piece of graph paper. It's a powerhouse calculator. And the best part? Memorizing these few simple commands solves about 80% of the daily math tasks in your average office. You just type the equal sign, the formula name, and the cells you want it to look at. Need a total? Use sum. Need to know the typical sales amount? Just use average. Max and min instantly find the absolute highest and lowest values in a massive list, while count simply tells you how many cells actually have numbers in them. It's incredibly fast, it's perfectly accurate, and yes, it updates automatically if your data changes. But what if you want Excel to actually make decisions for you based on those numbers? Enter the logical function. The if statement is ridiculously powerful. You're basically setting up a rule. For example, if the value in cell B2 is greater than or equal to 35, display the word pass. If it's not, display fail. It just tests the condition and returns a specific value based on the truth of that condition. You can even combine this with and or functions to check multiple conditions at the exact same time. It's literally like giving your spreadsheet a brain. Now, Excel also has incredible tools for handling the messy stuff, text and dates, because let's face it, when you import data, it's rarely perfect. Text formatting tools like left, right, and mid let you extract exactly the part of a text string you need. Concat acts like this digital glue, joining different cells together into one neat package. And for tracking time, Typing equals today with an open and closed parentheses instantly drops today's date into a cell, while year, month, and day can crack a complex date right apart so you can actually analyze it. With just a few quick keystrokes, your messy, chaotic data is perfectly clean and standardized. All right, let's tackle Section 4, demystifying VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP, the ultimate tools for finding your data. Okay, I know VLOOKUP is notoriously scary for beginners, but I promise you we're going to break it down so simply today that you'll never fear it again. Let's look at a super common workplace problem. Imagine a simple employee table. You've got an ID, a name, and a salary. Now imagine this list is, say, 10,000 rows long, and your boss asks you to instantly find Amon's salary using just his ID number 102. You definitely do not want to scroll through all that. You want Excel to fetch it for you. Here is exactly how VLOOKUP, which stands for vertical lookup, by the way, acts as your personal data retriever. It just asks you 4 simple questions. Question 1, what is the search value? In our case, the ID number 102. Question 2, what is the table array? That's simply where to look, so we select our whole table. Question 3, what is the column index? We want the salary, which is sitting in the 3rd column of our table, so we literally just type the number 3. And question 4, match type? We type false because we want an exact match for that specific ID. Hit enter, and boom, it successfully returns 30,000. Quick tip though, if you get an NAI error, don't panic. It usually just means you counted the wrong column number or that specific ID literally doesn't exist in your table. Now, if you happen to be running the latest version of Excel, I have some truly great news for you. Microsoft released XLOOKUP, and it is a modern, vastly superior update. Instead of forcing you to count columns, which, let's be real, gets super annoying on giant spreadsheets, XLOOKUP simply asks, what am I looking for, which column is it in, and which column has the answer I want to bring back. That's it. It's so much more straightforward, incredibly powerful, and way less prone to errors than VLOOKUP. Seriously, if you have it, use it. Let's transition into Section 5, visualizing and analyzing data, making sense of the numbers to actually tell a story. Because a truly great Excel user doesn't just process numbers, they make those numbers incredibly easy for human eyes to understand. Conditional formatting is amazing for this. You can literally tell Excel to automatically highlight your top 10 sales figures in bright green or instantly flag duplicate entries in red. Then you use sorting to organize the chaos, putting names alphabetically or ranking numbers from largest to smallest. And finally, filtering acts as this visual shield, temporarily hiding all the noise so you can view only specific dates or specific people without actually deleting a single thing. These tools let you instantly spotlight trends. And when you need to summarize all of this for a big presentation, inserting a chart is absolutely the way to go. Column and bar charts are brilliant for comparing different categories side by side. If you need to show a trend over time, like how your sales grew throughout the year, a line chart is going to be your best bet. And if you're showing parts of a whole, like market share, a pie chart works absolute wonders. Honestly, a well-placed chart answers questions before your audience even thinks to ask them. Which brings us to what might just be the single most powerful analytical feature in the entire software, the pivot table. Imagine having thousands of rows of raw data and needing to build a comprehensive monthly report. With a pivot table, you don't write a single formula. None. It is the ultimate drag and drop tool. You literally drag the months field to your rows, drag sales to your values, and Excel instantly builds a pristine, calculated summary table. It is fast, complex data analysis made unbelievably, incredibly simple. All right, we made it to Section 6, the real-life marksheet project. This is it, the boss battle. Think back to just a few minutes ago when we were talking about that blank, intimidating grid interface. Since then, you've learned how to navigate like a pro, command formulas, look up data, and visualize answers. So, are you ready to put it all together and build something real? Let's prove just how much you've learned today. Consider this classic student marksheet layout. And frankly, this exact format, it's used absolutely everywhere. In the real world, from inventory tracking to corporate budget planning. We have our raw data right here, name, roll number, and subject marks. Now, we need Excel to automatically calculate the total, the percentage, and determine the final pass/fail status for us. To automate this, we simply deploy the tools that are currently sitting in your brand new tool belts. To find that total, we definitely don't grab a calculator. We simply type equals sum and select the subject marks. For the percentage, we type equals average across those exact same marks. And to figure out if the student passed or failed, we deploy our logical function, Equals if the total score is greater than or equal to 35, return pass, otherwise return fail. 3 simple formulas, and your entire spreadsheet is completely automated. Just look at what you've accomplished. In this explainer, you really have transitioned from zero to hero. You now possess the foundational tools to navigate massive sheets with speedy shortcuts, calculate heavy math with basic formulas, logically analyze outcomes with if statements, extract specific data with lookups, and visualize it all perfectly for a presentation. This is a massive, massive leap forward in your digital literacy. So, the crucial point here is that you are no longer staring at a confusing grid. You are looking at a blank canvas of endless possibilities. You've just mastered the basics, effectively saving yourself countless hours of future frustration. The only real question left is, what will you build with Excel today? I highly encourage you to open up a workbook right now, try out that AutoFill, write your very first formula, and just watch the magic happen. Thanks for focusing in with us on this explainer, and hey, happy spreadsheeting!